does being a woman in business empower you?
You can be in control of your own environment. So if you have an idea, you can make it happen. We are people who consider the environment, and that's why women in business are great together.
How can women support other women in their organizations?
Well, that's important because sometimes there are not so many of us, and most importantly, seeing them. They're not invisible. They're an important part of the team. They're an important part of the company. They're an important part of the classroom. So being aware of other people, bringing the ideas that women have forward, and confirming those ideas and supporting them is so important. It can be a good ally to other women.
As a female, have you had to cross any significant barriers?
I'm not sure I'd call them barriers, but I think it's a bumpier road for females, or it has been. You know, I started my career in the 70s when things were quite different. And I can remember growing up when people would ask you what you want to be. I wanted to be a college president, or I wanted to be a senator. And then I was coached by teachers who said, oh, you mean you want to be the wife of the president, you want to be the first lady, or you want to be the wife of the senator. And I just remember that from a very young age. And you know that you are in charge of navigating in this man's world, and that you have to have strategies, and that you have to have allies.
Why do you think companies would benefit from more female leaders?
Well, there's a lot of data that shows us that they do benefit. And there was an article in Wall Street Journal, there was an article in Harvard Business Review, and they're all talking about what it means to have a female member of your board, and how, if they've looked at the data, that the board of directors for companies who have more females on them make better strategic decisions. They don't take as much risk or react so strongly against things when they could be planning what their response will be. So the number of females kind of lowered the temperature and allowed people to think about a better solution or a better strategy. With this recent article in the Wall Street Journal, the women leaders are better suited to the type of work environment we're facing today. Knowing what it takes to have workers working at their best, whether it's the best speed, more productivity, but just creating an environment that is nurturing and doesn't ignore the person that's in that position. And women know how to do this better because we often have multiple goals, and we can see and empathize better with male and female workers. So again, according to the research, the kinds of leaders that women make, whether it's the leaders of a country like New Zealand or some of the other countries that you've seen who've had recent women leaders, they fare better, they think better, they're calmer, and they're more empathetic to the people who work for them and the people that they serve.
Why do you think diversity in Pamplin is so important?
Well, diversity everywhere is very important, and especially at a university. And if you're going to be successful in business, you're going to have to understand your consumers, your customers, the environment. So the better that we can prepare our students for a diverse environment, the better off they will be in their careers and in their life. So we want to bring diversity to campus, diversity in all kinds of different ways. So that, in fact, it would be a disservice to us not to do that. It would be a disservice to the students. We have to really embrace that it's a rich world out there, and diversity brings that richness and also multiple options for ways to solve problems. So thank you so much for these questions. I thank you for your service here at Virginia Tech, and it's just been a pleasure to work with you.